explain how to install the process, summarize the process. Okay, so applicable to you. So you already in a NAT network. Your parent is already in a NAT network. You are all virtual machines in the NAT network, so you can discover them easily. You can identify the open port services and map and nesses, and you can exploit easily with the Metasploit framework. Okay. Now my main system has an SS scanner. I can't able to scan the NAT network because NAT network is isolated from the main system. So due to that, I'm trying to use a bridge adapter. Okay. So temporarily I'm changing like a bridge adapter. So you guys can follow the same NAT network. You don't need to change. For my contest, I'm trying to show you how real Wi-Fi network users we can scan. Even if you want to scan your home network, your home Wi-Fi network, use the bridge adapter. So generate the MAC address, okay, random MAC address, okay, and start the machine. Now it is going to be get the IP address from the your router, okay. So when you are doing a practice attacker perspective, you can just simply scan within a NAT network or in a bridge adapter also. Both will work for you. But host only adapter doesn't work. NAT doesn't work. NAT network adapter only works. Our bridge adapter only works. NAT network, isolated network for your practice. Bridge adapter, your virtual machine became part of your real Wi-Fi network. Okay, our wireless network, our wide network, it depends upon your network uses. Now I'm running like a Metasploit 2 Linux. So I'm running Windows XP, Metasploit 2 Linux, Metasploit 3 Linux. I have a more RAM in my system, so I can run multiple. Okay, so don't try in your system. Based upon your system resources, try to run the 2-3 VMs and do the scan, and close that VM and run open another VM and scan like that. Okay. Okay, so you can see that I just launched machines 3 virtual machines. Now those 3 virtual machines are a part of my bridge adapter. Now it is struggling to get the IP address. Anyway, it will take some time. Ubuntu Metasploit 3 very slow. Okay. So what you can do really with a Nessus? Nessus can help you to do the a host discovery. So first of all, check your IP address, IP space A. You can identify your network range. Okay, you can just copy that network range, and you can just go to your Nessus scanner. You can log into your Nessus. My scanner, your scanner is a little bit different because I'm using a scanner. So I use this one for my real-time work. So my recent audit. So you can just click on new scan, and you have a host discovery, basic network scan, and all those things. Okay, templates. Host to discovery template can help you to do the host. Okay, a host to discovery can do. Now lab, I'm just giving a host discovery. I'm trying to scan all users in my Wi-Fi network right now. Okay. Now, so I can just save this. We zoom it for it. Okay, fine. So host discovery lab targets. I'm just trying to save the scan. You can save the scan, or you can launch the scan also directly. If you want to start immediately, launch. Save later, you can launch it. Okay. So I'm just trying to launch it directly so it can start scanning. Do you like in a real time, like I use the same thing, like I prefer to scan all like machines, identify all the machines, identify their vulnerabilities, validate them manually. They are really applicable or not. Now it is displaying too many vulnerabilities issues. So I prefer to recommend the right recommendation, remediation for that. Okay. This is going to be help you to quickly discover all live host you. Okay, in your network. I don't have a limitations on my scanner. That's why given a complete network range. Okay, it will scan like unlimited IP addresses. I have that subscription. So use it for my enterprise level operations. But you guys are like took a like an expert version or like an essential version for trial, am I right? So 16 to 32 IP addresses only can scan. You have a limitations. So try to keep in a NAT network and scan. You have a limited IPs. But if you scan like in a bridge adapter, sometimes just imagine you connected to your hostel Wi-Fi network. You scan. In our hostel, you can have a hundreds of people. The devices you can discover. So your scanner like can don't have like enough license capabilities. So avoid that. Try to scan in a NAT network. It can better for you for your research first. Later you can scan on like other your real network and you can find the issues and everything. But now so for the lab purpose, keep the NAT network. Okay. Now we can see that I started discovering all the live machines. So whatever the systems like they have like a open ports. Okay, so it is discovered that like a host to discovery. What is the policy we are using? Host to discovery. So we just like I completed it's completed in 2 minutes. It is discovered the host, 16 host in network, right? Is it reported any vulnerability? No. What is the policy we are using? Host to discover. You have to choose the right policy for your work. Okay. Now I want to do the vulnerability scanning. Choose the basic network scan policy, which is a full system scan suitable for any host. What you are scanning? Are you scanning the router? Are you scanning the projector? Are you scanning the firewall? Are you scanning the like a switch? Are you scanning the workstation? Are you scanning the server? Doesn't matter. Any kind of host, any kind of electronic device, okay, became a part of the network with help of the IP address, then you can scan that. It is suitable for any host. Okay. Now just like I choose the basic network scan. Now I'm trying to run the like a basic vulnerability scan. This is the vulnerability scan I prefer to use. Okay. Now I can just like provide the all network range or specific IP addresses. All network range takes time if you have too many IPs. But if you have a limited IPs, it will finish in less time. Okay. So I prefer to scan in my real time, like all network range, like so as per my scope of the work. Most of the time, my customers ask me to do the like a security scan in a multiple network ranges. Now you can see the my ranges like 100.1 forward slash 200.1 forward slash 201 forward slash 3 different network zones I scanned recent on February. This is what we did. So whenever we scan, like we try to find like their live host and like in each zone vulnerabilities. We do that the part of our work. So part of your lab environment, you can just scan your NAT network completely. So you can discover all the host and like their vulnerabilities. Now we started like discovering host and their vulnerabilities. It takes some time to find the vulnerabilities. Now if there is any vulnerabilities, it will highlight it for you. So you need to wait some time. The scanner takes some time. Okay, you need to wait until to get the report. This is a fully automated vulnerability scanner. Okay, but we can do the same vulnerability scanning with the Nmap script engine also. We use the Nmap NSC for the brute force, am I right? Same way they have a vulnerability scanning category scripts also. Use the Nmap vulnerability scanning category script. This is our like a VULN vulnerability scanning category scripts. you just like choose the specific version of the software and that specific service of the software related to that. You can find the scripts in this list and you can run. Example, like so now I'm trying to scan my network. Okay, so this is my network range, my Wi-Fi network range. I can just like so discover all the live users. So sudo space su, switch to the root mode. Always better to do the things in a root mode. Now I'm using a Nmap. So I'm trying to do the quick scan. Okay, so I want to like identify the so quickly like what are the systems are available, what is their OS, what are the services they are running. So I prefer to use a like a Nmap aggressive scan. Okay, nothing but intensive scan. So on the particular my network range. So now I can just like scan all the users. I can identify their information. In your parent security OS, so you can check maybe you have that or not, I don't know. So but double check. You can find the one more tool name is called GenMap, GUI. So it is a like a so GUI. You can just like switch to the sudo su. So switch to the root mode. After that, log the GenMap. GenMap is a graphical user interface of the Nmap. GenMap is a graphical user interface of the Nmap. So now if you press that, like so it is going to be open the GUI. You can just simply can enter your network range. You can have a templates already predefined templates. You don't need to type the commands. Now I want to only do the ping scan. See that -SN command is there. This is the command is going to be run if you select the profile. Now that scanning report you will get. Now see, allow this tool for my real time. Command interface is a great, but this GUI will give a quick overview on the network. Now see this, I found like a 16 host of their each IP address. You can see that. Now I can just like use a like a intense scan. See the command -T4 -A -V verbose. Now you can run the intense scan directly. One good thing about this one is parallel scans you can run. It means now I schedule the like intense scan. Now immediately I can schedule the intense scan, all port scan also. Now see this range 1 to 65,535 ports. All port scan you are doing with the intense approach. You are identifying the advanced options. So you are trying to like get the OS details. You are trying to get the version, software version details. Script engine you are running, trace route you are running, all together in -A command. So now you can just like scan that. All your scan status you can see that which scan is completed, which scan is like running. I love to use this one for my operations in a real time. So I love to save my time like on like a command line or GUI, anything is fine. But what this GenMap is doing, it is running Nmap command only, but whatever output will get, that the output is like a process that presented in a GUI. It is using Nmap only. Now running the Nmap command only. So you can see that like so those commands only it is running. But that command output, whatever you are getting in a terminal, so you can this tool is able to read directly and interpret and display that to you. So I love this kind of tool in my work. So I use like a GenMap, I use like a Nessus, then I use the Metasploit framework. Okay, so it is trying to discover the like all the hosts and their open ports. Now, for example, you already know the specific IP address. Even you can scan the single IP address also. Now I want to scan the only 98 IP address. Our specific IP addresses. Now I want to scan like a quickly that single IP address. Now see the like so 98 IP address has a 139 port, 135 port, like so 445 port. You know the meaning that port numbers 445 SMB. File sharing, Windows file sharing. Okay, so you can see the port numbers. Use this information to attack on that. Okay. Now, so this is going to be finished. The only this single IP address scan, and we can use a Metasploit framework. Now done. Scanning is done for this IP address. Now this information is a hint. 135, 139, 445. So it's a Windows XP. SMB service is running. Microsoft DS nothing but Microsoft Directory Services are using SMB. In a Linux, we will call this one as Samba. SMB Samba. SMB Microsoft DS in a Windows. So even you can see the SMB OS discovery and everything. Why SMB OS discovery? Because 445 port is open. It is able to discover which operating system you are using, what is the computer name and all those things. Script engine working. Identified the more details with the help of the script engine. Now see this, it is identified the operating system, OS details. Microsoft Windows XP Professional, okay, SP2. You have like a details, Nmap output, port number, so you can just like just select the IP address, now numbers you can see yes, you can see the host details, OS and all those things. Or you can directly can see that in a raw output. Guys are able to follow me. Now I want to attack on this. If I scan the single IP address, okay, I can just use the single IP address as a scanning target in a Nessus. Nessus can scan all the IP addresses, or you can scan like a single IP address also. So we have a scanner. Now you can just like a specify that. So see the difference. Example 192.168.1.1 iPhone 192.168.1.5. It means 1.1 to 1.5 range. Range you can mention by using iPhone, or comma you can use to mention the multiple IP addresses, or you can mention the /24 kind of range representation. You can provide the IP address, you can provide the domain name as a target in this list. I'm providing a single IP address. Now I'm trying to launch this scan. Only XP I'm scanning. Let's see like what are the vulnerabilities it can identify. So what are the vulnerabilities it can identify? Just like a figure out. So your Nessus has a limitation. It can't able to identify all the vulnerabilities. Sometimes even it can identify the vulnerabilities, those are not applicable to the target. So it will just like give the false information. It will give the false information. So we have to eliminate that with the help of the penetration testing. Okay. So I love to use the even like a Nmap script engine also. So Nmap script engine commands. Okay, now I found that there is a SMB related. I want to check the SMB related vulnerabilities. Now see this, all those vulnerabilities are applicable to the SMB service. You can check those scripts. You can run those scripts against the target to confirm target is vulnerable. Okay, you can simply can run that. Okay, so now see this, all the scripts are starting with a SMB -VULN. Now you can use this one as a prefix. So totally I found like 11 regions. 11 scripts you can run at a time also by using star as a wildcard. Okay, now I can run this. I can simply can open new terminal tab. I can just like a switch to the like a root mode or like a sudo nmap -p port number 145 am I right? Sorry, 445. So 445 am I right? So 445 SMB service port. Now you are mentioning like a so service version detection for the double checking. Is it a version is right or not? Okay, so now you are mentioning the script. What is the script? SMB VULN start. All the scripts, see, they are like a prefix. See that like after that there is some wording or not. I'm starting with this script. Name. Whatever autofill. All remaining script names are autofilled by that. Wildcard. Okay. Now assigning the target IP address. Now so we are mentioning our target IP address. Now if you do the attack like a so if your Nmap script engine is going to be do the like a vulnerability scan. with help of those vulnerability scanning scripts. If target SME service is vulnerable, it will report that. Now see this, it is a reported target has a vulnerabilities. Target is a vulnerable to the MS08-067 and it is a vulnerable to the MS17-010. Now SMB vulnerability we found. SMB vulnerability, even CVE number we have. Common vulnerability exposure ID. Common vulnerability in operating systems or applications publicly announced, published in internet. There is a one website name is called cvedetails.com. In this website, like all the vulnerabilities are published. They will give the one ID. That ID also they give it in this report. Now our scanner given like a CV ID. You can search with the CV ID in your Metasploit framework for finding exploit. You can search with the reference keywords. See them like a reference keyword. This is a patch number. Microsoft 2008. 808 means 2008. Patch number 67. You can search with that keyword. You can search with the CV details, CV ID in your Metasploit framework. So we are opening the new terminal. So we are trying to switch to the root mode. And we are launching MSF console. We use MSF console for the exploitation. Am I right? You can clear. Now search for the keyword. So what is the keyword? MS08-067. See, when you search with that word, you can see that there is a detail. One exploit is available. Even so in our scan, we found the CV number also. You can use a CV number for search. You can mention a CV number. That CV number associated script you can find. See that same script? Guys are able to follow me. So we can just a search for that. So now this is identified another vulnerability. MS17-010. You can search with this keyword. Search. I hope that font is visible to everyone. If you want to zoom it, I can zoom it. See, these multiple exploits are there. Multiple scripts are there. Now this is a one exploit. This is another exploit. This is a auxiliary. This is the auxiliary. This is the exploit. Why we have a multiple? Compatibility issues. Maybe one thing work for the 32-bit operating system. Another thing work for the 64-bit operating system. Okay, different operating system, compatibility related. So multiple scripts are published with the same vulnerability related. We have a CV number also. Already told you, we can search with help of the CV number. Now you can search with help of the CV number. It's same, similar scripts. Because all are associated with the same memory, right? Guys are able to follow me. So you can search in your Metasploit framework if you find any vulnerabilities with help of the CV number or with help of the reference number. Guys are able to follow me. So now you can just search specific thing and you can take advantage of all that issue also. Now I want to take advantage of this particular issue. Exploit 0, use 0. I'm trying to select that module number. Now that's a 0th position module, am I right? Now check the options. What you need to require, what you need to configure? rhost. See, for example, you are trying tens of scripts against single IP address. You don't need to set the rhost every time. You need to configure rhost in every script or not. I prefer to use a global variable concept. So when you are setting up like a, so our host set G global variable. It means whenever our host is required, by default it will take that IP address. You can unset that later. So now my IP address for the Windows XP 98 192.168.0.98. Now this is a global variable. Wherever you have like a R host, automatically it will fill now. So set you can use for the only setting for the current contest. Set G global contest. Okay. Now run that script. So this is a script execute. Okay, last time in our last class we exploited like a Linux systems. You got like a so Linux command line access. Now you got the different payload, Metafleeter payload. This Metafleeter is just like a complete command controls. Okay, work to control your victim system. It is like a Metafleeter shell. So Metafleeter shell has a many options. If you use the question mark for help, see all the options we have. Whatever options supported in that, you can see all the options. Compatible options in the target machine. You have like option, you can access their webcam list. You can take the photo from their webcam. Now, no webcams were found. Okay, let me enable the webcam in that Windows XP. Let me share my webcam, devices, webcam, integrated my web camera. I'm allowing to this virtual machine just for the demo purpose. In case you compromise real machine, they have a web camera, right? Now you have option to see the like a list of their web cameras. So it is discovered that USB device mounted one. Now you can just like a so take the like a webcam snap. So now it is trying to like a so take this is saved in a your my path my path. Okay. So when I open my terminal, like so I'm in a downloads. That's why it is saved into the downloads. Now image is a blank because I have a like a protector. My camera shutter is closed. Okay. Now Guru sir will say hi to all. Now it is captured me right now. So we have a, like a option like a live stream also. Hacker can see the live streaming from your web camera. If you run this command, so this will be like a display the live streaming to the hacker. It will create the one HTML file in a hacker system. You need to open that HTML file in their browser. So live the network connectivity, it will just like a from the users. Advantage of the vulnerability in a system, gain access to the easy for him to monitor your web camera also. See your webcam activity completely. He just like a close that. So like a so whenever you use a control C to interrupt like that webcam, now it is going to terminate it. So now it is stopped. So thing is that then like a monitor your camera. So thing is that so just like I need to understand like a contest, like how dangerous leaving your system vulnerable. So now it took a screenshot, but still, sorry, that screenshot don't have anything. I just well, like so latest most of the laptop models are coming with a shutter option. You can close camera. You can enable whenever you want to use it. So protective privacy. Even like a Mark Zuckerberg also in a lot of photos you can see that guy is closely positioned with a sticker. So because they know that they will monitor. So so we have an option to record microphone. We can listen their conversation. You have option to take the screenshot of the system. Screenshot. You can just like so take the screenshot and state of the computer. Now it is saved in our downloads. Now you can like so take the screen share command also. It means it is going to be live. You the user is doing in their live. Now open that link in a browser. Now what user is doing in the machine, you can just see in a live. See that? It is screen. Just showing on Windows XP because our classes started on that. It applicable to the Windows 7 also. Okay, any operate, any version of the enable that. Microphone is already inbuilt in a enable that you can listen. You can record. You can okay, laptop start like a spy. Near to the laptop, like laptop microphone is enabled. So now this is like a live. So user activities hacker can monitor. Now if a hacker want to get the remote control, they can get to the remote control also. We need to change the payload for that. We use the VNC payload for that. VNC. If even like you can run the direct VNC from the interrupt that. So run VNC. So whenever you run the VNC, it is going to be create the backdoor VNC server on that machine. Now see the VNC server IP address and port number. It started like a connecting, running payload handler. Now successfully upload the VNC AJP. You connect this, open your Remina software. In a Parrot, there is a software name is called Remina in internet. Remina, connect to the remote desktop. Remote desktop client. Choose the VNC. VNC where we need. Now enter your loopback address. Because remote connection is forwarded back to your computer. Now you can do whatever you want on your victim computer. GUI. GUI access. Hacker can get the like access to the victim computer. You can do whatever you want with the VNC. So one vulnerability allow the hacker to do whatever you want on your computer. You can have access to your computer screen, and your web camera, your microphone, all your file system, everything. Okay. Now let me close this into the normal options. See what are the other options we have. So you have option to check like idle time, how many seconds you like scan the keyboard keystrokes. If you run this command, key scan start. Whatever is typing in a keyboard, every keystroke it will capture. You can dump that with a dump command. It means you can keystrokes capturing. Now is maybe enter the password in a keystroke, maybe enter the credit card, debit card information in a keystroke. Whatever is typing in that computer, you can okay. So hacker can check our quick information like a sysinfo, have a like options. Down, you can go to the shell. It is Windows command line shell access. Shell command gives the directly shell access. Now you can run any command. You can add any user or do whatever you want. Administrator level shell. Okay. So you can exit from that shell also. So we have options, multiple options. You can process list, you can any process in the running in the computer. Okay, so you can just execute the command. Even last phase in a hacking is clearing logs. You can clear the logs also in your victim system. So you have like a network information. You can get their proxy details, the ARP cache, their IP address details. Option you can upload any file to their computer, download any file from their computer. You can see the list of the files and everything. The files, the options. You already know those options. Linux command. In a system 32 directory, you can easily double dot. Go to the parent. Dot. Go to the parent. Now ls. See the list of the folders. Now cd. Okay, now I want to move to this folder. Documents and settings. So give the folder. In single folder with a space. Then use in a double quote. Already I told you that. Yes, that click can be. It's like that. So you can move to the desktop. You can see the only one folder name to create anything. Hello. So hello folder is created. Now see if Windows you want to upload anything. Okay, so let me check my local path LPWD. I'm in a downloads. I see that ls my local files. Okay. Now I want to upload something from my system to their system. Okay. Let me upload something from my computer. So this is a less size. Yeah, so let me upload this image. Okay. Upload command we have upload XR. That image is uploaded. Now see that like a, so we had a uploaded image. You can upload the files to the victim system. Okay. Now you can search for the files in a victim system. Search command we have. So you can search with the format of the files. Okay. Now I want to search for the all the images in that guy system. See all the images .jpg, .png, .pdf, .xls format you can specify. You can find that kind of files. You can just like so download anything from that. Okay. Now I want to download this wallpaper. Path is there. Okay. Now copy that download command. Download. You are trying to download your remote system file into your computer. Now file is downloaded. So let me check in my downloads. Whatever file I downloaded. This is a power image I downloaded from that computer. You can just upload, you can download, delete. All options are there. Okay. Now so you can just like I want to remove the folder RMDIR like allo folder. Now so removing that folder. You can see that like so it is removed. You can just like delete the file. Now see the file is deleted. Got my point. All the options, see the like options. Your Metapreter is a master tool. Metapreter shell is a master shell. Okay. So if you use a only command line interface, really tough to you to do all those things. You need to know the too many commands. But Metapreter will give everything. You don't need a more like a knowledge on command line interface. Those options you can use for the you have a lot of options. You can dump the hash also. It means you can see the what are the user accounts they have. You can dump that user account password hashes. You can crack that hash. You can extract the password from that hash. Okay, so we have that option. I will show you later how to crack the hash. Just understand that we have a lot of options. So if you find vulnerability, you can simply gain access into the system like that. So what is the vulnerability we found? Search MS08-067. Try to verify that. Now these now system. Only not for real time. This is what so that's how we got this. So we have just whatever. So I'm trying to show you now it is 64-bit architecture, not Arduino because so we have like a searching. So now you can see one so that's why. So they given let me choose like another script. So now our host is already global variable. It is already configured. So because of the global variable configuration. Now the script is trying to execute multiple issues. When you have a multiple scripts, like so verify that any one script can work for you related to that vulnerability. Now it is showing like a still error. Maybe that machine is crash or something went wrong. Let me quickly restart. Network scans are completed. Like I can see all the live machines there. Okay, so detail. So my router is my network. So this 47 IP address has a FTP, SSH and everything. Metasploitable or not? It's a metasploitable machine. Discover. Now 48. So someone's Windows XP hacker either or someone has this information in their PC. Now this is a laptop. J2 someone's name. Okay, let's do it. Now this is the MSI. So we can discover users and based upon their open port, we can hack them. Now this is another machine, Metasploit 3 machine. Metasploit 3 machine. So Metasploit 3 machine IP address is 147. So it for the Windows XP. We have different machine, 47 for the Metasploit 3. So we can discover the host and we can find their vulnerability. So you can use like a so Nmap script engine for the vulnerability research also. So we have a different scripts. So for example, like you are doing like a VSFTPD software test, see that test script we have. So you are doing like a so FTP related, different FTP related vulnerabilities, Pro FTPD, VSFTPD, Unreal IRCD you exploited in the last class. See the Unreal IRCD scam. Service based. Search for the service related, okay, issues you can find, run that script, verify that script is, okay, confirm the vulnerability or not. Okay. Manually vulnerability research you can do with help of the, okay, so researching exploits, manually checking with the Nmap script in there. But what your Nessus do? Nessus is already did a complete scan. See in this my network, real network. So I scanned 15 users in this Wi-Fi network. In that like 15 users, I found like a vulnerabilities in a 47 IP, 98 IP address. Okay, so 44, 47, like so many IP address has some vulnerability. Now into the like our Windows XP 98 IP address, it is discover a lot of vulnerabilities. Even Nexus will identify the all the vulnerabilities. But that vulnerabilities can have a, like a false information. Now look into that false information. Now XP is unsupported. Of course, Microsoft officially ended their like a support to the even Windows. Okay. Recently they announced Windows 10 also they are not. only Windows 11 you will get that this, and they have a plan to launch the next version. So it is unsupported version. Now it has a multiple issues. Now look into the vulnerabilities. See the reference number MS08 also in the list. We exploited this one. We exploited this one. See, those are scripts we have. Whatever. But we have a problem. It is reported too many vulnerabilities. Do you think those are really applicable to the targeter? If you open this report, we can see that. This is the vulnerability. So critical vulnerability. CVSS score is a 10. CVSS, Common Vulnerability Scoring System. Okay, they are using. So now exploits are available. With exploitation tool, you have to use Core. Core Impact is a penetration testing software which is not a free, it's a premium. Already told you in the last class. So Core Impact is and Cobalt Exploit. Those are really costly. So if you want like see the Core Impact plan, see this. If you want enterprise edition is different. Only even if you want professional edition also, you have to like invest like per user per year basis 12,000. So if you want like a Cobalt Strike together, now Core Impact with a Cobalt Strike. So Cobalt Strike also we have. So their cost is really crazy. So like so few companies who only use this kind of advanced penetration testing tools. Not everyone. So we prefer to use the Metasploit framework only. So we don't have, but we have a reference number. You can check this reference number in our Metasploit framework. So you can search MS05 because this is a script only available in a core repair. Now let me see the next one. MS06-040. With a Metasploit, Canvas, core repair. So the it is available in a Metasploit. We have a word MS06-040. Now we have to search for that MS06-040. Now you can see that one exploit is there. So use that exploit. But problem is that like guys, like you have to check the info before running that. Check the compatibilities and everything. Now see this, which available target we have? Windows XP. Which version we have? SP0, SP1. Service Pack 1, Service Pack 0. But actually, if you observe your OS details for your Windows XP, now what is the OS using? SP. Now it is like a not matching with the technical details or not. So that exploit is not going to work. But SS is blindly report that one as a vulnerability. So even if you use that script also, if you try to run that script also, it will clearly say that. So bro, like you tried and this Windows XP SP2 is not exploitable. Is it a false information reported by the scanner or not? This is called false positive. In a scanner point of view, vulnerability is confirmed, positive. But when you verify manually, it is a false. False positive. False positive. Scanner reported as a vulnerability, but human reported as a it's not a vulnerability. Positive. Verified, declared as a false. False positive. False positive. So scanner is reporting as a positive. Vulnerability is there. But human verified with a penetration testing tool confirmed that one as a false information reported by the scanner. Your job as a penetration tester is eliminating this kind of false information. Every company uses Nessus kind of scanners. Nessus or Qualys, they will get a lot of vulnerabilities list. But those vulnerabilities are really applicable to the target infrastructure or not. We have to review, eliminate the false positives. Eliminate the false positives. Now let's go to the next vulnerability identified by your scanner. Nessus scanner identified like MH09-001. MS09-01. Denial of service attack. It's not exploit, it's auxiliary. It can create the denial of service attack on the system. It means it can shut down the service, stop the service, or like a crash the PC. So don't run the DOS related scripts in a real time. DOS is really dangerous. It will damage their production environment. But let me double check, is it like a compatible or not? See that when you read that information, it is showing that this module exploits the denial of service vulnerability in a driver of Windows operating. This module has been tested successfully against Vista. Now, what is the OS we have? XP, SP2. Now, I think it's against a false information. In case, even if you use this one, don't try in a real time, okay? I'm just for demo purpose, I'm sure. Even if you use this one and if you run also, it is not going to be do the DOS attack. System is still working. You don't have any issues. System is up. Everything is working fine. False positive. Clearly mentioned in the description. It is successfully tested against Windows Vista, not XP. False positive again. So it will generate the too many false positives. So don't trust like a scanner blindly. Okay, don't report thousands of vulnerabilities. You know, so 2017 and 18, every company focused more on vulnerability management. Okay, later they realized they should hire the penetration tester because of this reason only. Their scanners are reporting thousands of vulnerabilities in the entire infrastructure, but thousands of vulnerabilities are not really applicable. They should know that which vulnerability is really applicable. Only they can fix that vulnerability. They can save the man hours of the administration team. See, administrator is wasting his time, am I right? Trying to fix it. It scanner whenever they run, it will again give the same issue. It can't able to like change the like a report. Okay, you see తెలుగులో ఒక సామెత ఉంటుంది. ఎర్రచీర కట్టుకున్న ఆవిడ ఎర్రచీర ఎవరు కట్టుకుంటే వాళ్ళు అయిపోతారా చేస్తుంది. Okay, you have SMB, then you are vulnerable. Bro, please check which version it is, which OS it is. Is it really compatible or not? They are not doing that double check. Scanner blindly follow the service-based report. You have SMB service, let's apply this vulnerabilities. Scanner has a not only this issue. Scanner has a scenario like a we have a false negative scenario. It means scanner never report the vulnerability. Let me show you that. We already scanned our whole network. So we have a, like a Linux system. 49, I think. Yes, 49. Yeah, you can see the penguin icon. Linux. So Metasploitable 2 machine. You already know that VSFTPD is a vulnerable, am I right? We exploited in the last class, am I right? Okay, so VSFTPD. Let's see, your scanner is detected like a so VSFTPD related vulnerabilities are VSFTPD. Your only service is detected. It is not even reported vulnerability. Okay, you exploited like Unreal IRCD, am I right? Let me check Unreal IRCD. Only Unreal IRCD backdoor is detected. Okay, you exploited DixCC, am I right? Not in the list. So, lot of false positives it will generate, and lot of false negative scenarios also it has. I just like given like a Metasploitable 2 machine exploitation notes to you. It's like even you can't find the videos reported by the Nessus. I found like a more than 30 plus ways to hack that machine as a penetration test. It's reported 1 to 5 vulnerabilities. అది కథ. This is the number one in a market. ఎట్లుంటారో మీరే ఆలోచించుకోండి. So year is 6 to 8 lakhs. So the expert is 9 lakhs per year basis, per PC basic subscription by the corporate companies. So the tools we have in a market, they can't able to replace the human brain in a hacking. So we have to use those tools for our work to double check our capabilities. Okay, did I miss anything? Nessus can find. Nessus can miss something, I can find. You need to use automated manual. అర్థమైందా? So try to Windows XP. In a Windows XP, there is a one of photo. Find the photo, friend.jpg, and download and show it to me. Friend.jpg. You have to download. Okay. I need a screenshot. Your download after downloading that file in your computer. See who is my friend in that machine. I just kept for the as a flag for you. Check it once. Okay. Fine. Thank you all. Have a nice day. So continue with your research. Have an SS scanner scan. So let's